Beautiful day. Morbid, how you doing? Gareth, how you doing? Gingerlocks, how you feeling? How you doing? Hemi, nice to see you. Iron Antler, you're all stars. Nice one, Morbid. Well, today is the first day of this cold snap. I've had to de-ice the car twice. Good morning, Dad. Happy Friday. So we're going to go down to the woods and we'll see if I can get to the waterfall. But that depends on these roads. Twin Towers, how you doing? Nice to see you. Scott, how you doing? Yes, my car was a little ice cube yet again. It gets a bit old having to thaw out the car every time you want to get in it. Banshee, how you doing, PA? I don't know. Are we having issues, PA? We're going down the woods. Elmer's wanting to change plans and go down there yesterday. We're going to go and have a look down there. PA, what have you got on this weekend? What you planning? Nice one, Gavin, thank you. No, it's just because I found that. I've seen that everyone else has got it. I was like, how can people do that? And then boom, does it show you as you come into live chat as well? I thought it was just in comment sections. Freeside, Mags. PA, what rules? You mean the guideline thing? Zelen, how you doing? Sheena. It's a lovely Sheena. I'm lost, PA. Explain to me. Valentino, nice to see you. Look at that sky. I'm great today, Zella. I'm trying to work out what PA's on about. Dale, how you doing? Can't see me. You alright? Dan, it's in the studio. Go down to settings, press community, and it's in there. I had to Google it, I didn't have a clue. Harry, how you doing? But I thought I'll give it a go. Terry, how you doing? Long time no see. You okay? PA, you worry me now. I'm lost. Tell me, explain. Let me know. If anyone knows what he's on about. Gregory, how you doing? Ruth, you alright? D. Johns, good morning. Johnny, good morning. How are you this fine, frosty, slippy day? I didn't know how to do them, Johnny, and I was getting jealous of the people having them up, so I thought, do you know what? I'm going to find out how. Me being a technophobe, I had no clue. Alright, we're walking on chunks of ice, so hands out of pockets. How you doing, Harry? Kirsty, alright? And I've also been arguing with Nightbot. Tango, how you doing? Which is going to be fun. I'm too scared to make it a mod yet. I need to look over it just to make sure it's not going to annoy people. I was looking, I've been trawling, trying to find out. One friend, he lets you choose a number, and whenever you type your number in chat, your link drops. So So I've been trying to find out how to do that. And I found, if you drop, I've got the command, if you want to type your phone name, just type drop and your link comes up. But I can see me and Nightbot might argue a bit. Capital letters, there's a setting about capital letters and overzealous emojis. The emojis don't bother me. Caps can do. Yes, Nightbot's a pain in the backside. But I need to speak to Jake and see how he does that. Because I like that. So obviously I chose 73. So if I type 73 in his chat, it drops my link. Yeah, I've been too scared to connect it all up yet. Can't see me. I might do a little test live with it over the weekend if I get 5 minutes to myself. I love this Sheena. I don't want to spark up in case they're doing gas pipes. I think it's phone lines or fibre broadband. I'm not so sure. Yeah, I'll have a word with Suey as well. I just don't have a clue. I know Nightbot could also be a disaster and it kills lives off. So I want to make sure it's right and fun. I said I can do little prize draws through it as well, rather than going into another app and doing it that way. Prize draws, games, the works. Patty, I love you. How you doing? I got a bit jealous when I came down here yesterday as well, because we were going left. I was really tempted to go right. So we're going to go right down the woods today. Shady, how you doing? Yes, we're going down the woods. Aye, that's it. You block the road, son. Having a crack and passing each other cuppers in the vans in front. As you do. It's a bit naughty. How you doing, Patty? Oh, they stopped giving each other drinks through the windows. And they had a load of traffic piled up. That's considerate for road users, isn't it? Oh, this path isn't too bad. When I get in the wood, there's some really iffy parts to it that scare me on a normal day. So we'll see if they're icy. If they're icy, I'll be sensible. I say that I'll cover it anyway, you know what I'm like. I do like a challenge. Ooh. Yeah, Patty, hopefully. Just rest up and take it slow. We need you in one piece and we need you well. Love you. You know I do. That sky's just beautiful, not a cloud. Not a cloud. My drive was interesting this morning. Solid ice. This is why I've got 4-wheel drive. But I'm loath to kick in the 4-wheel drive, has to be said. I can almost feel heat off Sundale. It's miraculous. I was on in Jason's, and I was on Jason's panel. And I was sat outside with my cuppa. Oh my lord, I froze to the chair. My coat was welded to it. I've got something poking me in my sleeve. What is that? Something poking is annoying. No idea what it is. Ian, how's things with you? As I drove down here, the car was reading -2. So it is getting warmer. It's meant to break in the next day or so. Well, at least warmer temperatures during the day, but only just below 0 at night. But at home, I've still got some, well, you can see on the shorts I did this morning, I've still got snow. We were up in there yesterday with that monument on this top left side. Whew, I'm getting warm. Rick, how are you doing? You can bring your hand luggage. How you doing, Rick? There's a little robin. It's probably the same one I almost saw on this spot. This must be his territory. Hello, little fella. Beautiful birds. They are very inquisitive and very brave. Like, it just lets you walk close to it. I've got one follows me around the garden and just sits on the branch above my head. Old man King, how you doing? Nice to see you. How's the world with you? Yeah, get to know everyone, Rick. I've got some fabulousy. Jailbait, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Vegas, how you doing? I'm good. I'm actually getting warm. It's odd. I've been freezing the last few days. I kind of wish I hadn't put this big thick coat on, to be honest. It'll change when I'm in the wood and down out the sun, because we dip down into the gorge. They've got a mold problem in this field, lots of moles. Moles are pretty much blind. Their senses are their nose. Huge, huge shovels for front paws for all the digging. A bit like your gophers, kind of. But small and really, moleskin trousers. Very, very fine velvet type fur. Very, very soft. But they're also tiny little things. Their paws at the front digging shovels are huge. But they have little hairs on their noses. And that's how they guide themselves underground. And just nibble away on worms. Have a good one, Ruth. Ruth, I've got some more waxy things to show you. On my community post this morning, I was pouring wax yesterday. He's a bit eager. And there was loads of faces as I poured it in it. I screenshot some and I ring them. There's loads more. And I've had similar today when I've poured one. I haven't put it up as yet though. Hi Bird Farm, how you doing? No, just giving you a span there. Thanks for coming. We're going down the woods. Chris, how are you? Yeti, how you doing? Have they blocked the path off? They can't have. If they have, I'm walking straight down the middle of the road. Oh, they're filling it back in. I can hear them scraping tarmac. Might get a bit loud because I've got steel saws fired up. But they were nice to me yesterday though, so they should let me through. The Stock Explorer, how you doing, Nora? These won't exist for very much longer. The ER will be CR, and you'll have a 3 under the crown for King Charles. It's a post box with old metal. That's a traditional post box. They list the collection times on the base, but they won't be around for much longer. They'll eventually replace them with the King. Right, nice work, Ben. Let me cross the road. Oh, they've got someone giving them their wealth of knowledge. Okay, Violet Vegas, thank you very much for coming in. Nora, how you doing? I love the keep. That's called the keep. Nigel, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Here's me filming the house and the car. He's coming across the road. Nasty that way. Yeah, oh, you're right. I come up the side. Oh, it's lethal today, isn't it? And I'm through. I love this fence. They've trained these trees onto there. So the hedge grows as a fence. It's cool. Challenging. How you doing, chick? Adrian, how you doing? Nigel, how's that hip? You all right? Are you starting to get mobile? I'm coming up over the top rather than down because that side's slippy. Oop. Crubby, how you doing? Crubby's hit the magical 1K over in Angie's. We're asking people to help out to get the last few, and I put a post up for Crubby. And yay. Has it stayed above the 1K, Crubby? Hopefully it has. Great, Nigel. Don't take any risks on it. I'll be back to square one. It's a little cottage built in 1866. Yeah, you're right, Nigel. If I miss anybody coming in chat, shout at me. I don't mean to be ignorant, but chat flies and vanishes on YouTube, on the app lives. And up there we have the old sand quarry, the local kids' paradise, rolling down the hills and sledging on the sand down the hills. I'm hoping they've fixed this bit of road. The drain's constantly clogged and it turns into a swimming pool or a pond. Slightest bit of rain, you can see on that side. Oh, it looks like they might have pulled the drainage out. Have they fixed it? No, the drain's frozen solid. There should be a drain there. The drain's gone. It's under all that muck and it runs down there in that gully and back down. Back in the shade, it's Baltic. I'm glad I put this coat on. How's things with you, Harry? That twit is a nuthatch. Nuthatch is like a tree creeper. They're those blue, like sky blue and orange. I'm looking for it. And they have a really good memory. There's studies done on them. They will collect food and hide it in barks, on the elbows of branches, in nooks and crannies on the ground. Active mole. And they can remember where that stash is. The memory lasts about 30 days. So in times of need, when they need a food source, they've got one. But the memory only lasts that 30 days, and then they kind of start to forget where they've hidden it. So they start a new hidey hole. My nut hatches at home, we're using a hanging basket to store their seeds. And I know they're using the hanging basket because it suddenly sprouted loads of sunflowers. I've been trying to follow them to find out where their little stash was. Yeah, for this year, I'm not being ignorant. Right, let's go down. Mags may be laughing as we get down here, and it gets steep and very narrow. Sounds like there's quite a bit of water flowing. I have fallen down here. I fell up a bank. Not down, up, as you do. My phone hugged a tree as I went. Now this little river is Beck. Rags, you're exactly like me. You will. This runs down to Lanercost, to the Abbey Bridge, and a house that's called the Abbey Mill. And it's called the Abbey Mill because it was a mill. Its mill chase is fed by this. There's a little bit closer to this side. It looks like we've had another mill, and it's actually a stone yard. The water's been redirected in a very straight line, and it looks like we've had another mill wheel there. In the middle of this woodland, we've got another. We've had some industry going on. There's some walls that I can still make out of buildings, and we've had a big, heavy, juicy setup across the little beck. I say little, it's powered mills, and here's the beginning of it. Ooh, the Akitas aren't out barking at me. Carter Clubhouse, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Let's give you a spanner look. There you go. I'm good, Kirsty. I've been looking forward to coming down here. I like it for all the summery bits. Very pretty place. Christina, how you doing? Christina's lovely. We'll have some very dubious trees as we get further in, so I'm going to be careful. Looking for potential fallers. Exactly, Rick. Ooh, roots. I haven't found out what this building was down here as we get further through. Inquiring minds want to know. It's got a channel off, so it must have been a mill, but I don't know what they were milling. And this is the part where Dilbar, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. And this is the part where I'm glad that I brought my bigger coat because it's freezing. Breath. If we can get as far as the last cold snap that I filmed, and we had trees that have ended up in the bottom, full mature trees, bigger than these ones, a lot bigger, just encased in ice. Very pretty. How are you, Dilla? So we've just got that little soil. It's all based on sand. The roots are just so shallow. more, but it is down here. At home it's not. At home I've got loads of snow. You can see the snow on the other bank there. I think it's just because we're down in a gully. Right. Ice cream vans, yeah. The ice cream vans still do the rounds here. And there's one that does extra special ones that comes on a Friday and parks right next to the high school down the road. The water's actually looking quite milky. Oh, we had a dipper. In theory, we should have kingfishers down here. Look how clear that is apart from that little bit of a haze in it. Who have you got in? Cass, how you doing? Oh God, this looks boggy and icy. Should be interesting. Water on top of ice isn't fun. And we've got the banks starting to drop away here. But you've got a nice natural sluice. You're on bedrock. You have to come down and grab a few spadefuls in the summer. See the black sand. And it has to be said, some shiny stuff washing up on the banks. What is that? Lord knows. I'm not going down for fear of not getting back up and getting wet. How you doing, Gavin? If you like gaming, Wolf Howls. How you doing? If you like gaming, Angela, good morning. If you like your gaming, go over to Gavin's. He's a nice bloke and he's very supportive. I can see a little, in the middle of the screen, a river dipper. It's going to dive in that water. It's already got something by the look of it. Little dark brown bird on its black with a big white bib on its chest. They feed on crustaceans in the water. There's actually a pair of them there. Oh, cool, Roberts. I'll go and have a look. Grandma Kelly, good morning. If I've missed anyone, I apologise. I'm just watching those dippers. Like the kingfishers, you only really get them when you've got lovely clean water. I love it down here. It's just so pretty and it's so out of the way. You don't get many people down here. And the river dippers are sitting there. That's one of their territory spots, right? Still sat there. I'll try and get closer up to it. Dan, thank you very, very much. Thank you for that. Just on that left-hand side, it's gone underwater, I think. Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much. I should be paying more attention to my feet than birds. This ground's not over pleasant. And I haven't flown off as yet. Where is it? It's that just on this corner. It's really pretty down here, really pretty. And again, look at the black sand that we've got on this side here. Waves and waves of shiny stuff. Another place I'll have to come back and have a look at. The dippers have been digging around in there. Look, they've been trying to get the bugs out the ground. They're the beak holes. Vida, hi, man. Nice one, Tango. Thanks for coming in. Good evening for you, isn't it? Those little dippers are hanging around They're spending a lot of time sat on that side as well. So pretty, so pretty. It just gets a bit, Angela, another queen of the kitchen. How you doing, Angela? So we've had this bank slip. In my head, Star, I thought it'd be later than that. We've had a decent slip, and that's because this tree has come down. Let's keep going. I think there's another couple of big trees heading down the bank up here as well. And you can see just how dark the sand is here and the sandstone. Ooh, Terry, I'll have a think. Look at this part here. And we've not had any massive storms come through. Massive storms anyway. To warrant it collapsing. Lots of trees heading down my way that shouldn't be. Like that one. You see them all just falling on this bank. I will do, Terry. Thank you. If memory serves me right, this is the... No, it's a little bit further. Where I went to fall flat on my face. There's some unusual stone that comes out of this river and I haven't got a clue what it is. It almost looks like marbled meat. Like a good wedge of marbled steak, this meat looks. It's just so pretty. Let's listen. Terry, I think I'm in. I've got a song at the minute and it's in my head. I think it's down Patty and Trisha. And I adore it. I hadn't heard it before. And it's beautiful. Tennessee Whiskey. Love that song. Oh, fond memories. This is where I face planted the bank. I decided it would be a good idea to climb up the bank just next to here, I think. And I slipped. I think it was here. Yeah, it was that tree. You got a close-up of that tree. MT, how you doing? There's so much I want to have a look around about in here. Well, watching trees that are at the wrong angle. Oh, this bank's washing down. No, it's still... I mean, we're down in a gully here, and we're above the... There's a little bit of snow here, but at home, it's not really melted. It's more ice now. So have a look at this, because we're getting a lot of this along here, and I don't know what it is. Inquiring minds want to know. Ooh. It looks like shell. See that white? It's in with all the black sand. It's like chalk. It just melts away in your hand. I don't know if you can see it. It's all in the water. And I don't think we've got freshwater shellfish. Maybe we have. Oh, that's an interesting footprint. We've had a... It's probably a little dog. Got another dog there. You see all this black sand all the way along. And there's that white powdery chalk-like stuff all the way. Is that another bit? No, that's not it. Hang on. See, look. There was a chunk there and it just melts. Ooh. Ooh, that has dropped since the last time we were here. I like having a nose around where the trees have come down and where the banks have come down, because you just never know what you're going to find. Saves you digging. Joy, 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 Joy. If you don't know Joy, go and check her out. I adore her. How are you this morning, Joy? I'm messing down around the River Joy. Alright, that's an odd angle. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But this all's almost like chalk. Can someone stickers Joy's link up? Don't think she'll do it herself. Lovely lady, as is her other half. She's the better half of Scott Swift. We'll put Scott's link in. Joy, can you do Scott's as well? Angela, you can do them. Angela, are you still there? And if you are, can you put Scott's and Joy's links up? Please. Green Hornet, how you doing? Can't believe this hasn't finally snapped yet. Terry, I would love it. It's stuck in my head. It's been stuck in my head for weeks. Weeks and weeks and weeks. I love it. This is basically hanging by a fibre. And it's pine. And I like elastic bands, so when it goes, it's going to pop. See? It's just hanging by that last fibre in the middle. Well, the outside's rotted, but the inside was healthy. This is where it starts to get a bit iffy through here. And again, a lot more black sand coming up through this side. MT does brilliant lives too. We've got an old little drain. They've used sandstone. And it comes off that stone face. Yoga Goga. The most bendy man on YouTube. Blows my mind how bendy you are. If I tried half the poses now that you do, I've bolts and pins picking out my back. And I'll probably throw a hip out. Actually, it's pretty frozen, so I have sunk down into purple mud here before. It really stains you, this sandstone. And being relaxed enough to hold a pose when you've got a cow behind you. I couldn't do that. I'd be off. Sniper, how you doing, Sniper? Be careful next to this one because it's the same thing. Snapped while hanging. Some more widowmakers. And I've not managed to bring you down here and catch that flowing. Look how the stones rotted away. Just listen to it. I don't know if it's to do with frequencies with the water and how the sound can affect your mind and chill your nerve and energise. Joy, cream and 2 sugars for me, please, in my coffee. Nice and strong. Ooh, I forgot about this bit. We've got some big trees on the way down. Have a look on this bank. And again, black sand through. You get a lot of... Oh, we've had a deer. Here we have deer, and it's a big one. I'll show you against my finger. We've got a front toes, and we've got a back foot in. And it's a big one. It's a good, strong adult. It's turned around on the spot. very fast here. Does it come further along? It might have been crossing, you know. Nice to see the deer down here though. Ooh, what's that? Any ideas, people? What's that? A piece of old pot. A very old pot. Enamelled. Right, let's go back up. It's nice to see that the deer here just looks like one. So it could be a buck. Here we have predominantly roe deer. You have to get further north for the reds. And a very metal-filled piece of quartz. See, you've got some pink in it as well. Some nice lines through it. It's heavy. I do like shiny things. Right. This is where we get a bit iffy. Who do we have? If I've missed you, shout. Can't see anyone I've missed, I don't think. Green Hornet rocks. I need to stop picking rocks up and taking them home. I ended up going to put a coat on. Oh god, this path's going. I ended up going home, putting a coat on a couple of days later, and they are absolutely full of rocks. You've been inside them empty. Oh my god. I've got a kind of a fascination with tornadoes. And I watch a few of the Storm Chasers. And it looks terrifying. Start watching just buildings explode and get thrown in the air. Livestock, cows getting picked up. I mean, some of them cows must be a ton. And they're just picked up, thrown up and dropped. Right, is this where the building is? It's a little bit further. I don't like this bit. Zaxxon, how are you doing? Because that is hanked, but it's hanked on, that is a mega probable widowmaker when it comes down. But I mean, look at all these trees that have dropped. Oh my god, the path's going even more. Right. How you doing, Zaxxon? Zaxxon's lush. Oh my god, it's getting now. Ooh. Right, this isn't even a foot wide. Hands out the pockets and stay away from the edge. And look at these big, full, mature trees, a couple of 100 years old. In the bottom. Through a small beck. The power of nature. I don't like this bit, you know. Got another drop. Yeah, I like looking at it, but I don't like being on it. Kelly, I'm being good. I have a lot of being stupid, mind, I do admit. Fully. For that one's hanked. 1, 2, 3. 3 or 4 trees, although that'll concertina. WK, thank you so much. Joy, it's very sketchy. There's another bit that's even more, so put another waterfall there that looks like it's been flowing, but it's frozen. Yeah, it's flowing a tiny little bit. It's a pathetic attempt, but it's still flowing. It's turned to ice there. Robert, how you doing, Robert? Really awful, lad. I actually admit I'm an idiot. maybe take chances I shouldn't. Like I have considered shimmying across this tree because I want on the other side there is the remains of, I think, a water wheel, and there's buildings in it. See, it's doable. Secret, how you doing? It's doable to get across. I reckon that'll hold me, but it's also very green and I don't want a green backside, but I have considered it. But don't tell Beth that. But yeah, I think we've had a water wheel on here. SB, you can actually see it a bit better now, SB. So you've got this wall returns, and it comes back on you, and it comes this way. We've got another couple of buildings behind there. We've got another gate, thick wall and a gate in there, at the back. Not quite sure what it is. I'll bring you around this side. Less leaves, you can see more. But that tree's blocking me. So you've got this remains of a channel. I think this bank's undercut below me, so I can't show. Oh no, it's on this side's onto the natural stone. We're onto bedrock. We've got that channel, and there's another piece here, and it comes through there, and you've got some big pieces of stone further down, a couple of tons worth each. I'm just keeping an eye out, just to see if that deer's still around. He'll probably be long gone before I see him. But there's one building there. We've got a second building over here. And I can't find anything written on it at all. Can't find it. You can just about see. So you've got a wall here. And you've got a wall there, another building. And this is dropping. Fabulous. But look, what the hell knows around in the water as well. This next bit's normally really, really thick mud, but it's frozen. Happy days. I should be listening and paying attention to above my head. Jane, how you doing? Thanks for coming in, Jane. How are you? Jane's got a brilliant channel as well, like everybody else. He puts content out anyway. So yeah, we've got buildings, and we've got the water there. Joy, yes, we have the Priory just down the road, and we had border raids. We had the Romans. The Romans would have most likely come across this. Well, they would have come this way, if not over the top there. And who knows before that? We had King Edward. We're in England from about a mile away. T-Bird, how you doing, T-Bird? I think we're almost at the wood there. The stone yard, not wood, stone. Ooh, boggy. I want to get across that side. Single hit me. Ooh, that's come down. That's a biggie. That's huge. And another. Now that's hanked on this old oak. So that's likely to go. That's huge. Absolutely enormous. How you doing, T-Bird? That's basically bounced off the bank and span to land where it is. Oh, it's huge. Jane, if you want to stick your link up, you too, T-Bird. Look at, is that a giant boulder in the root base? It looks like it. So we're nearly at the stone yard. This is where the water's been re-channeled, diverted. Sniper. If you like gaming, check out Sniper. All around good fella. So that tells me they were harnessing the water next to this old mill. And again, lots of black sand on that side, all the way through. SP, I'm finding a lot of white, almost like chalk deposits on the banks. Very strange. Very milky down here. Ooh. Watch your feet, shows it. You do get fish through here, but you've only got little brown trout and minnows. Catherine, how you doing? We're following the river down towards the mill. Ooh, that bit's thawed. That's a blackbird. Catherine, the lady with the most soothing voice on YouTube. So here, yeah, they diverted the water here. So you've got the natural flow going that way, but it also was diverted through this little gully in front of it. It's actually been banked up with stones from the natural flow now. No one's dug it out again. But in front of us, we've got this straight line channel, pretty much straight. Got all the sand that it's pulled up. And it comes out straight next to the mill. I'll have a think, Catherine. I'll have a think. Well, at least I won't give you anything that is a bit iffy at all. So yeah, it was dug out. A new channel. So whether the mill itself used it back in the day, and then it meets the original flow. Look at all those huge chunks of stone. They spent a few million getting all digital and computerised. They actually cut my fireplace for me. Gave them a design and they stuck it in the computer and off it went. Very clever stuff, although it's very expensive. Just check it to see if that deer has been this way. I think it could have been. We'll keep checking. We've got some horses. If you want to know why I want Catherine to do some audiobooks, go and nip over her channel and have a listen. Have they sorted it out? Is it anchored? Hopefully this one will stay in one place, chick. Here's all the computerised stuff. And they're burning some wood to keep warm. Jess, how you doing, Jess? Jess as well. Head over to Jess's and have a check on her channel. Brilliant channel, brilliant lives too. Yeah, don't forget the hurricanes. George, you know what? We get the tail end of the hurricanes in the UK. The jet stream, if it hits the east coast, right, drags them across to the UK. Because we're a lot cooler, they lose a lot of the intensity, but they still cause a lot of damage over here. And we had The weather cyclone that buried everyone in snow. We had the tail end of that, but it was just wind and a lot of rain. Unfortunately, I'd been all excited, hoping for snow, and it turned to rain for us. It's just not fair. Get the doggies barking at me. Keeping the yard safe. Depends if they hit the jet stream, and if the jet stream hasn't moved in its regular place, we get a lot. There would have been a fence here, but it's not here anymore. See if I can find some of that unusual stone. It just looks like really marbled chunks of beef. It can be quite brittle, and it's a really dark red with like a cream marble through it. I've got a piece at home. Yeah, if they track across the east coast, or if the hurricanes track through Florida and head to New York, that's when they tend to hit the jet stream and get to us. I mean, we had 100-mile-an-hour winds, I think, not that long ago. Last year we lost a lot of woodland here. It just all felt like wood matchsticks. They were crazy. We had 3 big name storms within 5 days here, and they were nuts. I think I've actually got time to get you to the waterfall. We could possibly be almost there. Ooh, I nearly slipped. Amanda, how you doing? Someone's been through here on a bike. Lunatics. And this bank was a lot narrower. We've got another gate that's not attached to anything. So pretty down here, I love it. I just don't like the paths. So you've got another tree that could potentially shimmy across to get to the other side. I have considered it. Yeah, I think we're almost there. No, it's not. It's too low down. I'd need a rope and do a Gareth. Not happening. Ooh, look at those. That gives me hope for the waterfall. See if those trees are still encased. Depending how far off we are. My sense of direction says it's not far, but it's also not the best. Ooh, nearly slipped. That was almost iffy. Just look in this tight corner. Ha, we are nearly here. I can see the road at the top. About, not even a mile up there, we've got a castle. Runs through the Howard family now. That was the cause of the Battle of Helbeck. The rightful heir died suddenly, so a relative decided to take it by force. But he encountered the Queen's troops instead. Oh, here. Wait, where's the path go? I'll go down. And all his mercenaries that he paid were offed by the Queen's troops. And we're here. All sorts of things in this water. Right, fingers crossed we have big enclosed trees with ice. Hey up, we've had more tree down. Where's that? It's snapped. It's rotten tree snapped. Let's have a look. Nearly all the ice is gone. Love it. Absolutely love it. Hopefully you can see that and my signal isn't playing up. Hopefully. There you are. Hemi, how you doing, Hemi? Last time I was here, there's some ice left over that side. Got all these mature trees in the bottom. That one's still kind of frozen, which is solid ice. Love it. And it's actually at the top. Oh, just turn that. No. This tree, it just splintered. The sound when this tree came down, it's an old oak. And it's a big one, and it just shattered. Like matchsticks. See if I can get down to the top pool. I know, unless you've got millions of followers, it's just not going to happen. Unfortunately, you have to have a lot of subscribers and you have to have a lot of traffic through your channel to make anything worth being livable. Some people do, but it's far fewer than those that don't. Right. I'm on the edge of that tree at the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see the size of that tree that's just shattered. Look at the size of that. And it's just, oaks are hard wood too. Mr. Timmy Ray, how are you? Of that. Inquiring minds would really like a look. We've also got a dam on this side. So we've got a false bank being created on there by another tree. Just it out on that side, cutting it off. Right. This sand's frozen. It's still iffy. Let me get up. And again, we've had... What have we had walking on there? We've had now on there. I can't make out the tracks. Something's quite small but wide. Nice on WNK. Yeah, Dilbar's brilliant. Oh. I can hear my favourite birds. Up in the canopy above me is some long-tailed tits. Teeny tiny little birds. Right above me. They're incredibly hard to get on video. but they make the high-pitched sound. A very loud call for a little teeny tiny bird. Yeah, I was hoping that they were going to move those trees out of the fall itself. Well, I don't know if they will, it might be too dangerous a job. But if they leave them, they're going to be there for decades. And they're changing the shape of the waterway where they're damming. Got more footsteps. Oh, I've had a deer down here as well. I can't get to it. Ooh, shouldn't stand on here. So we've had another deer footstep there. So the deer's been all the way along the valley. There's another one there, which is nice to see. Oh, go climb up. And then there's deer on that estate, just over that side of the gorge. But these ones are over this side a lot. They can't get up there from here. Cheryl, thanks for being in, chick. Yeah, see you tomorrow. I've set a premiere for tomorrow morning. It's 10:20. It's just a short one. I put a lot of melt. Oh, fabulous. I worked this out well. Sun straight ahead. A compilation of some melts. That one that put on my community page. Mag, did you see it? Have you seen it? I've not gone into messages today. With all the faces. 3 raccoons, one with its paws against it, trying to push itself out. A happy smiley raccoon is one of them. And some very human-like faces, lots of them. How am I going to stop the sun getting at you? I don't want you to get flashes of light. It's not pleasant. And we are so high up now. It doesn't take long to climb up. C&C, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Ooh. What you doing? Yeah. Keep an eye on Max's channel just to see what she's posted later. Should be interesting. She's got some brilliant videos with some history. The Lancashire folklores are brilliant. I can't see a thing. I'll hold you backwards here a little bit until I get out of the glare and sun, but I can't see where I'm going. Oh, cool. I do like the myths. And whatever have those snails done to the people of Lancashire, I've got no idea. Max has a video of some Lancashire folklore, and if you have a look, snails seem to feature in a lot of those myths. I don't know what they've done to the people of Lancashire, but they don't particularly like snails very much. Hanging them from trees and things. Okay, Gavin. I'll drop you a like when I get out. Just a few issues. Ooh. If I wasn't so far off, I'd take that drum home with me. Joy, you'll love Max's channel. Mandy, you will as well. Should get some guns. We've still got snow down in this bit. It's just so well shaded. TG, how you doing? Oh, barky dogs at the stone yard. They've got horses at the top, and they've also got some rare breed sheep. No, you can see them from down here. Those trees aren't going to last much longer. No way. Never, Amanda. Have they got them? Have they got the bombs? Oh my God. Bad idea, love. How you doing? Oh, cool, Catherine. I didn't know that. Learn something new every day. Why Leeds Hospital? No, I can't say that. I will say that we've been having, well, certain, not that I'm in the UK anymore, have rattled some cages, so we say. Joy. Joy, I love you and Scott, you're brilliant. You're one of the funniest, best couples I know. And you make some amazing food. Ooh. Ginger, do you know when they're going to let you go home? Are they wanting to check if the feeding tube's okay? Ooh. Welcome back, Tanga. We've just been freed out in the waterfall. Johnny, I absolutely love it. Good little guard dogs. You've got a suspiciously pit-looking dog. It's a cross. A little terrier as well. It actually looks like a collie cross with a staff, that dog. My fingers are getting cold. I should have put my gloves on. Hopefully these bombs are just dummies. How do you evacuate a hospital? And Leeds a hospital isn't going to be little, is it? There's some interesting geology in here, Johnny. Some that I can't place. Oh, nice one, Geordie. Thank you. CNC's got a competition coming up. What are you doing at the competition, CNC? Lots of sandstone packed and wrapped. Cool, Gavin. Oh, cool, Amanda. That made me giggle, Joy. I think by road we've just walked about 4 or 5 miles if I come the road way. I think we've done about 4. Ooh, this is dicey. Ginger Lass, did your daughter have a good birthday? I'm glad she got to be at home with her. So I presume we've had a wheel in here. If this was a stone mill back in the day or a wood mill, have they used a mill in that water chase to power the bands? And we've got the other buildings across from here as well that look like the water's being harnessed in some shape or form. I'm going to try and keep that sun out of your eyes. And all the while looking out for the deer because I know he's around. Can't see him crossing the road and going over ways. I think he'll be staying around here. Sorry about those sun's rays. I'm trying to get past them. And we dip into the shade again. The bud files, good morning. Hands out of pockets. Gently bubbling along. Just really want to get to that side where these buildings were and have a nose around what was there. And in the base of that huge tree. I mean, that's about 8 feet diameter, I think. Amanda, there's a little museum that Sue and Joe went to. And I could adopt the lady that runs it, that works there. She's just lovely. And it was packed and packed and packed of stuff. The doll room was a bit creepy. But everything else just fascinating. She had a real taste for the history. She was excited about it, and that's nice. You don't often find that anymore. And she was cute. She was really cute. Oh, we had Mr. Deer down here. It's too rubbly to tell, I think. Sadie, good morning. How are you? We've got blue tits, robins, and we have blackbirds from those songs. I am so happy that this bit is frozen. This has your boots sinking over the top of your boots, usually. Hence, it's got branches in it to try and save your boots. But it's frozen, happy days. With this building on this side, I've been looking for where they were getting in and out. And they could have got a track up that way, or they could have come through the bottom and up that side. I'm quite intrigued by this. I want to go over and examine and root around. Ooh. Kenny and Debbie, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Good morning. Ooh. Ecky thump. Ooh. It's my little mud bridge. Both. It depends. If YouTube's playing up and signal's crap, I find signal a lot more stable on StreamYards. I mean, obviously you can panel, but I don't necessarily panel. But for where I know the signal is iffy, or there's some glitches going on, I'll use StreamYards. So we've got quite a substantial building in here. You've got a wall coming that way, and you've got this one, and that huge piece there that comes down in the water. Will you press that top left corner, top right corner? I always have an issue with YouTube. Screen going blank for viewers. Totally blank. And there was nothing that I could do to change it. I've had a loss of volume before as well. But I do like, you can zoom in with YouTube, and that's kind of important for me when I'm pointing things out, to be able to give you a better view. If StreamYard let you zoom in, I would have a shot more with StreamYards than I do, because it bugs the hell out of me that I can't zoom in. And with StreamYards, you can't tell who's a mod and who's not, who's got the spanners and who's just come in, unless you have a very good memory. It took me ages to work out how to get the camera to turn around. A bit of a panic, trying to hold the phone in a different direction, not get my big old mug on the screen. Why? What's wrong, Sid? What's your problem with it? How are you, Zelen? And these trees that have been washed down are huge. And this is the iffy part of the walk. I hate this bit. I'll just concentrate on my feet. Look at that. That is some dam. That'll be taller than I am. Yeah, it's annoying. On a whole, I do try to use YouTube itself solely because of the zoom in capability, but signal's more stable with StreamYard. Like, I can be out, have next to no signal on YouTube, flick it on to StreamYards, and it's great. Got a big sandbank in the middle there. This bit, I hate it. I shouldn't be standing still. One tree has just come from above my head, just slid all the way down and cut a big chunk of the bank out. Iffy. And this massive tree that's hanked on little twiglets. Am I even safe here? Yeah, yeah. And look at the damage on that one. That's taken a hiding, and it's got a big split down the trunk. Now that's going to hurt when that comes down, because that'll slide clean through this lot. Let's quickly get underneath this. After it's been frosty and the ice starts to melt, the expanded water shrinks and it makes hanging trees, your widowmakers, that little bit more dangerous. So I try to pay attention. Cynthia, thank you very much for coming in. Nice to see you. Max, if you go back and chat, Catherine's got some interesting information on... Oh, there's my little river dipper. Just went across the bank there. There it is. See its white bib. Two of them. Got a pair. Catherine had some information on the snails and their depiction. Because we've got no topsoil. I'll try and show you a place. And you can see here, pure sand with very little topsoil. That moss is pretty much the topsoil, so the roots are really, really shallow. The bank's really, really steep, so the trees tend not to reach it to maturity because they just can't hang on to the ground. Ron, good morning, how are you? Or maybe I should be able to find a better example of the soil depth. But that's why we get so many trees growing and falling through here. And all this has been planted, that's plantation, pines. Locally the soil tends to be very acidic. And you can see under the roots of this tree, sand. That is just red sand. It's not really soil. It drains very quickly. It doesn't hold the moisture. Right there's a better example. So we've got this, what are you? You are a beech. We've got a beech tree. Look how shallow its roots are. They're just right underneath the surface and there's no soil. All just sand. And that's why we lose them so much. They just haven't got a good grab. They can't get down into the soil. I think they'll probably freeze to death here. Although I don't know. Out in the desert they're used to sub-zero temperatures as well, aren't they? As well as the heat. But that's why lots farther just isn't the topsoil. So you've got a constant turnover of trees. And again there, see how shallow the roots are? They're just below the surface. There's just no soil to really get grab. Oh my God, that is very, very lucky. And you get the odd ones that rot and snap because it's very wet down here. The air's damp with the river and because you're in the gorge. See how this is all just rotten? Just rotten, and that's hollow. It's all just rotten. A pear cactus. Shall I get to and plant them as an experiment? Nice little walled area. Why is there an owl? Did you hear that? We've got an owl hooting. Why is an owl out? That must be a hungry owl. Oh, we've got a phantom owl. Let's listen for it again. That was a tawny owl. There's not much warmth in this sun. I mean, this stone's just wearing away. For a tawny owl to be out this time of day, it's hungry. Hopefully, it gets his little belly full. But that was a male. The male's twitteroo and the female's squawk. I'm looking but I can't see him. I do like owls. So we've had the deer along the bank along here. We'll keep a check to see how far along he's coming across this valley. Yeah, does that aloe vera count? I've got an aloe vera I can stick outside now and again. ground's very acidic as well. The cacti like acidic ground. Hence the pines do so well. The mill, fresh mole. Interesting little creatures. The front paws are just shovels. They're huge. They're sort of, compared to the rest of the body. I've been in crags, you know. Heard dump, 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 and a deer jumped over my head. Back in the day, I was in Northumberland on the moors. Nice one, Sadie. Here's where I hugged a tree. And not on purpose. This was all sandy the last time I was here. That's why I was down there for a nose around. And all this serious amount of rain we've had just washed it away. But after storms is a good time to have a route around to see what's been deposited or revealed. In summer, this place is just filled with gnats. You get eaten alive by gnats. Just listening for that owl. Haven't heard him again. Oh, cool, Kevin and Debbie. You're going to have a fabulous weekend. Enjoy every second. Oh, God, yeah, they did, yeah. Gnats by the bugs. The midges. Not as evil as mosquitoes, but they're still not pleasant. They're their milder bite cousins. Although my older daughter's really allergic to the bites. And her arm swells up right across. Neil, how you doing, Neil? I love this bit, it's just so pretty. And another place I want to have a real good route around underneath these ledges and in these banks. I might bring you down in the summer when the water levels drop a little bit for that. If these banks still exist. This bit is just so pretty. Love it. So we had the birds digging down in there with their little beaks. Just in there. All the black sand washed up, but I can't see deer tracks this far along. But I'll keep checking as we go. I love this bit. It's so pretty. I've noticed that the bird song's changed. In spring, I feel the shift in my soul. And the bird song's changed. They're getting geared up for spring. nesting season. I can feel it and I can hear it. I know we've got a stone face, it almost looks like blocks in it, but it's the actual stone. If you listen at dawn and you listen at dusk, and listen just maybe, even if it's just once a week, or if you remember and do it for a few weeks, you'll feel it. And just like last year, I felt it early this year. Last year we did have a very, very mild New Year. January and February are normally the coldest months where I am, and when we're going to get the snow, if we're going to get it like we are now. And down to about -10, -11 in most years. But last year it was it got snow early in November, but it went really mild, and the birds were nesting in February, which end of January, February, which is really dangerous. At risk of losing that first clutch if the weather changes. Yeah. I don't know if any of you know what I mean. I know I'm a bit odd, but I feel it. The bird song changes up a gear. Could be telling us that we're going to have an early spring, who knows? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? The pigeon, because they had such a long nested season, we had pigeons having 3 clutches of chicks off. The last clutch, I doubt, will have coped with winter very well. We had nest box there, pigeon eggs hatched October time. And you think, what are you doing, you silly birds? So whether those chicks have managed to get to maturity in time to cope with this weather, I don't know. But 3 clutches, and it's not just around my house. I've been finding pigeon eggs. They take the eggs and they fly off and deposit them somewhere away from the nest. And I'm finding them in a few places. Not that they're one of the brightest birds, mind, I must say. My fingers are like ice. We've got the husky that goes mental if it sees you. There's 2 of them. There's a white one there, and there's a grey. Oh, there's another white one there. And one they bark. They don't have bark. Scared the light out of me the first time I came across them. Trying to keep the sun out of your eyes. Yeah, it's meant to thaw, isn't it? I'm sure it's meant to thaw. From the week, well, today and the weekend onwards, temperatures lift above freezing. It's not been above freezing here really all week. There's one of the huskies. And another. Luckily they can't get across the beck. There's a private swimming pool over there that you can hire. Actually, this is the swimming pool here. And you've got a little pretty bridge that you have to cross to get to it. You can just see there. Lovely clean pool. Must cost a fortune for them to run the pools. Oh, this bank's steep today. Yeah, it makes a big difference, doesn't it? That's going to snap in the middle. That's rotted through in the middle. Try and keep that sun away from you. That's Psycho Dog howling. I should be able to keep you out of the sun when we get on the road. I hope. And just like that, I can feel the sun, which will thaw out my aching fingers. We've got Sniffer and Rex. How you doing, Rex? What, Rex? What happened? What have they said? Rex has been having some health issues. What they're saying, Rex? Bill? Was it a mini stroke? Just had a buzzer go over my head. The Aussie Cossack. Okay, I will do. Oh, it was Clint, wasn't it? Clint was at the doctor's today, I think. Give us the gist of it, Rex. That nuthatch is still here. Really? When does the weather normally break for you, C&C? For spring? I watch what you're writing in my chat, Rex, because it can get my channel into bother. They don't let you talking about that sort of thing. That zit zit you can hear is my nuthatch. It's actually quite a large bird for all the tree peppers. Oh, Rex, it's a beautiful day. Sun and snow, can't beat it. Miss D, how you doing, Miss D? If you don't know Miss D, go get to know her. Lovely lady. Did your other half enjoy his birthday, Miss D? As you can see, these roads aren't very wide. And when you get one of the milk wagons coming, they're iffy. Oh, brilliant, Miss D. Cutie pie. Can you hear me now? Hang on. About that, I got a phone call. Everyone seems to ring me. Turn up the volume off when you come back into chat. How you doing driving London? If you want to have a look at London, go to Driving London's channel. See some of the sights. I really enjoyed my time in London the last time I was there. My little girl has Down syndrome. She plays some disability sports, and she got to the national finals for Uncle Table cricket. It's a cricket pitch, but it's set up on a large table, and essentially they just play a game of cricket. One bats, one bowls, field, and we're at Lord's Cricket Down, which is one of the meccas of cricket. Lots of England cricketers there. Ben Foakes, an England wicketer. We had him coming to see the kids and having the photos taken with them. Fyro, how are you doing? Nice to see you, Fyro. We're watching the Indian cricket team train on the ground next to us. They were on a side pitch training. Miss Kayak, good morning. Don't be sorry, just thank you that you're here. I had my daughter angled outside so I could get the Indian cricket team training behind her. They were actually playing football as part of the training and some yoga. Really fascinating to watch. And they had Sky Sports, they were there commentating, and they came 5th nationally at little school, which was an achievement. Their team was a lot younger, and it's not a specific needs school, it's not a special needs school, it's just a regular mainstream high school. So it was a huge achievement. They were playing, she was 12 at the time, and they were playing 17, 18-year-olds on the other teams. So I'm just so proud of them all. Got some lovely photos with Ben Foakes, which is fun, I have to admit. I'm trying to keep that sun away from you. We walked the full length of this wood yesterday. I think we did about 8 miles. We've got some people coming. Dilbar, thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, we've got to walk out onto the Lord's cricket ground. Really good fun. Hiya. Shall I pass them on the way through? I'm trying to save you from the sun. The farmers with the cattle out of here as well. I'll maybe post some more pictures actually from that. I've got a few photos and videos of the Indian team training next to me. Nice one, Sadie. Same to you. But I didn't expect the cricket team to be playing football as part of the warm-up and the training. And I spent a fair time in yoga poses as well, which was nice to see. I'll have to put them up for Goga, and Goga can rate them and recreate them. Just look at that sky. We'll get out of the sun as we get round this corner. I think we'll have done about 9 miles today by the time I get home. And just in time to go off on the school run. That sun's actually warm. How are you, Miss Kayak? What are you doing today? Have you got the river levels to do? Miss Kayak and Mr. Kayak, some beautiful footage out on the waterways. Heavenly. And we've got this lot taking the mickey out of each other. and an impromptu pond. The farmer's being a bit naughty. He's trying to stop people going on the public footpath through the field. He's got some signs up saying you're not allowed. Bit naughty, bit grumpy. Some new houses been built on the back and they're gorgeous. Really pretty houses. More modern than the Victorian ones in front of them. And still pretty in their own right. If you haven't been across to Mr. Kayaks, go see her. Miss Kayak, do you want to put Mr. Kayak's link in as well? So we can go and check his channel out. We're almost away from the sun. Angela, what have you got on this weekend? What's going to be on the menu? I would love my feet under your kitchen table, Angela, because you make some amazing food. That sun's warm when you're actually in it. It's strange. And we're back to the Victorian villas. Planning for new houses like them to be in keeping with the local area. So a lot of the new houses are sandstone. This is the originals further. UK speed limit, 30 miles per hour. For pedestrian areas. You have the old Victorian brick building, but a lot of the more traditional buildings are sandstone. Local sandstone quarry just down the road. They've dug put pipes in all this bank. I don't know if it's water or if it's communications. I'm going to get just back in time for the school run. Done that fairly well. Hopefully the sun's not going to be too much of a pain as we get along here. Can I shade you? I can shade you. A little bit, you know, get a bit of my hand. I don't want to paint the camera into people's houses. And this one's a new build, but again it's made with sandstone and whitewashed. Nice one, Jamie. Thank you very much for being here. If you don't know Jamie, go see him. I know, Angela, I do. I also need walking poles. That's another thing I need. And I'm not far away from wearing these boots through, believe it or not. I've only had them, 3 months, I think, 4 months. So I think I'll be looking for some boots in the not too distant future. Yes, we made it to the weekend. My little one tells me it's the weekend, just starts as soon as she finishes school. And she's got another disability sport competition on Monday. She plays a sport called bocce, which is a bit like lawn bowls. You sat down, obviously, because it's an all-inclusive sport, and a white ball's rolled, and you've got to get your balls closest, and you get various scores for distance. The Paralympic and world champion, gold medalist, he is a guy with cerebral palsy from the UK, and he came to a school. She got to hold his Paralympic gold medal, and she got to play him, and she says she beat him. But it was lovely seeing her get so starstruck. He signed one of her school journals for her. They have a planner with the homework and whatever dates in and notes to parents. And she's got that planner for last year locked away. We're going to mount it in a frame for her. David Smith, he's called. Lovely guy. Yeah, do you know what, Andrew? It's when I'm on hard ground. Because of the way I walk, I can't really lift my legs. I kind of lurch. I have got better, but I'm a lot better when it's solid ground. So people, this is about me. Before the sun gets straight dead on, and you're not looking at a hedge, I'm going to say goodbye. I've got pizza. How you doing, pizza? I'm just going. Typical. I've got a premiere tomorrow morning, 10:20 GMT. It's just a short one. It's a compilation of some wax melts I've put together. I can sit and watch them for hours. Have a look at my community page as well on the shapes, the faces that we're getting thrown in one a couple of days ago. So thank you all for joining me. I'll see you over the weekend in various chats. I'll be back live on Monday. Thanks very much, everyone. Oh, listen, nice to see you. Sorry I'm going. All right, bye now.